know.
Hello, everybody. We are live with episode 13 of Play to Find Out Smooth Criminals. I hope you're having an excellent day. We're all having pretty good days, so let's hear about those pretty good days. Michael, how have you been over the past week?
It's pretty solid, pretty solid. I got a really great opportunity that is allowing me to change jobs again, um, because apparently I can't make up my mind.
Sure, sure.
Um, but it is an admittedly much better opportunity than what I was being given. It's significantly more money for significantly less hours. Um, and I also have been working a little bit on the circle, doing some fun little flavor stuff. I'm trying to like write out guidelines for how to create a setting for the circle, because right now it's just kind of like talk to your players, figure out what you want to do and do it, which for some play groups is like, yeah, we can do that. And for other play groups it's like, you mean we're not playing in the Forgotten Realms? What?
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I can totally see how that would be helpful, especially with the circle. At
Well,
least
because
giving
it's
you
like,
like giving you the questions to think about
yeah,
when
and,
you're
and
like coming
it's
up with
like,
what you're doing.
where is it? When is it? How are
Mm-hmm.
shamans treated? How common are shamans?
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
do Are you guys special? Are you the only shamans,
Mm-hmm.
or is there more to it
Yeah,
than
yeah,
that?
yeah. That's a cool. That's a really cool part of what I like about Powered by the Apocalypse games. When it's like, okay, you guys, all of you determine where you're playing. Here's what you think about when you're doing that. So, like in Apocalypse
Mm-hmm.
World, it's like this game is about scarcity. What is scarce where you're playing?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And I mean that's something I even do in when I GM, like that's how I GM Longfall is
exactly. Yeah,
how
yeah.
how do you guys interact with the world, and that informs what the world is.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, the fact that I recently made a decision that's probably going to haunt Kelsa and Liz in the future, but based on some of the abilities that their characters have, I have to assume that other people have these abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh, that's totally fine.
Right. Yeah.
so yeah, weird Aether magic shit.
Yep.
Um, so,
Just
but
like
like,
I always wanted.
it's like that was basically my selling point for that game. Kelsa was like weird Aether punk magic, and she's like, I'm in.
Pretty much.
Um, I mean
Can't take
that's
that from me.
I mean that's also what I did with the circle, with every time I run the circle, because that's how I just GM games, and the circle is literally built for what do you want to
You.
play? All right, you're playing it. Have fun.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Awesome.
Brilliant.
yeah.
Coolio.
So that's about it.
Awesome. Kelsa, how's your week been?
Hello. My week has been pretty good. Other than losing power at the end of Longfall, I
Yeah.
want to cry. As you're in the middle of like a kind of intense scene, and then lose power for an hour. Goodbye.
It's okay. It's okay. I think it worked. I think it ended up being a really good cliffhanger.
It worked out really well.
Yeah, it did. It was really good. I
And
also
then
play.
power cut.
Oh yes, like fade
I was
by.
literally like, and then you just froze. I'm like, oh, did we lose Kelsa?
It was bad too because like I didn't realize I'd frozen. Well, like it all of my lights went out, but it was still bright outside, so it like took me like half a second to realize, because like my computer didn't turn off. I just lost internet
Yeah.
because it's a laptop. And so like my studio lights on either side went off, but it didn't get that much darker, and I was like responding to what you said, and then I was like, wait a minute, the power's off. Shit.
Yeah,
Panic baskets.
That's rough.
Yeah, but other than that, I've had a really good week. Just one power outage is in the middle of a game. That's the highlight.
Oh, on an unrelated note, and I'm kind of sad Liz isn't here as I say this. I've also been watching a lot of Hamilton animatics because
You're
because
super
I'm
late
that
to the game.
person.
You're
I
super late
know.
to the game.
Well, there's new ones being made every day, and it's actually pretty great.
That's reasonable.
Well, when you got skin in the game, you stay in the game.
Any particularly interesting media that came out over the weekend, so no spoilers. Um, I've been.
I
working-
did.
Well, you
I'm
can tell
jealous.
us about it when we get to you.
I will tell you nothing.
Thank you. Talking about Longfall, I've been spending this week trying to make something cool for Longfall. I'm still not sure how that's going yet, so we'll get back to it.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yep, that's pretty much all I got.
All right. Yep.
Smooth mage.
What's
Hey,
up,
what's up?
man?
Well, I was supposed to do stuff today, and then I went on the sprawl. I mean, not the sprawl, the thing, and I got sidetracked. So
Yeah, you got into a play-by-post and then just went down the rabbit hole, man.
well, here's the thing. The person canceled me this morning. I was like, "Well, I'm gonna do today." Damn it! I left my phone and the thing. Apparently, my mom battery died. But you know, I have 3 other brothers, so you know everything was taken care of. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, I shouldn't have left my phone at my friend's house. So. I played a lot of D&D this weekend.
That's good stuff.
Hell's Rebels. We leveled up. We played the first. We replayed the first part of the Dragon campaign for 5e.
Are you doing Adventurers League or
Just
like
regular at home.
Yeah, no, but are you doing like the Adventurers League modules? So it's like 10 different adventures, or are you doing the Tyranny of Dragons?
The Horde of the Dragon Queen.
Oh, that one. Gotcha.
Oh, that one's good. That one's actually really good.
Yeah, like so far, like we played it before like a year and a half ago. Then we started again. This time I was like, "Hey, can I be a human variant with healer?" He's like, "Sure." We actually made it through a lot of the healer stuff.
Yo, I'm just saying, if I could have made my current D&D character a human variant with healer, I would have.
It's so good. I was like, you know, ducking into combat. It's like my teammates now running 15 feet, heal them 15 feet from behind the door again. Because you know, 5e you can do that.
Yep.
I was like,
5e, like that's why 5e is one of my favorite. 5e is my second favorite version of D&D behind Moldvay, and that's an unpopular opinion.
I'm pretty sure 5e is everyone's second favorite version of D&D.
I mean, I think that's like this. I think that's what they write on the back of the box.
Everyone's
I have to
second
say,
favorite version of D&D.
mechanically is my favorite, but world-wise, I like Pathfinder better because more world building. Like I don't like building. Like I build my own world, but I use Pathfinder as a template to save time because it's good lore. Because I could just be like, hey, I got this sub book. I got this sub book. I can make a campaign out of this. Derp, 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 derp. Oh,
I take the opposite tact where I'm just like, what's 3 movies I really like? Okay, smash them together. That's my world.
granted, I make a lot of movie references in my game. It's like, yeah,
That's
you
a
can
good
name
thing.
this
I make a lot of music. I don't know if you guys have noticed this when I'm playing Astrid. I make a lot of music references.
Like what was it? Sword Arc Online, the before it went bad, season 1, the Illidan boss. I was like, I made a character based off that. It's like, if you could name that boss, I'll give you bonus XP.
Oh,
Tux.
Huh. What?
Sword Art Online role playing game.
Is that a thing already?
I feel like it is.
Probably.
Can we do it as a show?
That wouldn't be a bad show.
That'd be pretty
That
cool.
would be a good show.
But I would want.
Oh, man.
because I don't want to be all fighters. Unless it's 5e. If 5e
We
is
do-
not that bad.
We play 2 different games. We have a system for in the game, and then we have a system for when we're not in the game.
That would be our downtime.
Oh man.
That could be our downtime.
We could play. We'd have like D&D in the game, and then outside of the game, it would be something else. I don't know what, but it'd be something.
Social links would be like Persona.
Oh, it'd be like Persona.
It'd be just like that.
Oh my god.
You do realize we're on the hook to design this now, right?
Oh shit.
I
Oh,
like
damn
it.
it.
Here's the thing.
Welcome to the world of game design, kids.
Notepad.
Here's the thing. I never played Persona, but my roommate showed me the anime movie to like introduce somebody that would never play the games, and I was like, the anime is so good for someone who's like, now I'm hooked. And I'm actually watching 3, and my roommate's gonna let me borrow 5 whenever that come out. Like I should go back and play the original for I would be considered a true fan, but at the same time,
Man, that's a lot of game to get through.
that's a lot of game. Also, I like Catherine. Catherine was a fun thing to play through.
Oh man. Oh shit.
I think my favorite ending for that is neutral.
I think, yeah.
Well, it's just where it was at. It was like, what? This is here the whole time? What?
Tux.
I just wrote a bunch of stuff on a notepad.
All right. Well,
Good job.
new SwiftKite project, everybody. Dom, I'll get you added to that list, and we'll make a game together. It'll be great.
Yeah. So glad to hear you played a bunch of games. Lots of games are always good to have. I went to Tuck's birthplace and did some stuff. Both good and bad because like when you're from a tiny town, people have
Preconceived notions about you.
no
Memories.
Stupid.
Bad. What's a good way to say shitty ideas about people that are different?
Stupid.
Stupid. There we
We have a
go.
vicious case of stupid. I'm sorry, friend, but it looks like you have acquired yourself a vicious case of stupid.
Yeah. So there was a bunch of good stuff, and then there was like a little bit of bad stuff where it was just like, I feel really awkward hearing this.
Now I'm gonna make a new character that's like that. I feel that way going into the hardware store by my house. Because it's like hands down the best place to get like anything for like lawn care or like do it yourself stuff. And we have a house, but it's also full of racist white people. Because it's a hardware store in Tennessee.
Are we playing Resident Evil 7?
Basically, yeah.
Because I was like, watch the gameplay for that shit. I was like, oh crap.
I mean, yeah. Man, don't go into property that looks abandoned in the South. That's all I'm gonna say.
You don't do that.
Just don't, because someone will shoot you or hit you with the shovel.
That just sounds like a terrible idea. I'm pretty sure that's how a lot of horror games start.
And then Savannah's one of the haunted places that
I played Telltale's Walking Dead. I know how this works.
I would love to, I'm sure it exists, but I'd love to read like a book that analyzes why there's this like association between the American South and horror.
Because a lot of stuff happened
in like modern media.
There's a lot of terrible stuff happened there.
I mean, there's a lot of terrible stuff that happened in New York too, but
yeah, New York too.
But it's like it's interesting because
it's more open space.
Yeah,
like when you run,
and there's less media on the good things that happen down there as there is the bad things.
Yeah, but I want to see what the cultural I want to know what culturally habituated us to be scared of old antebellum mansions besides the obvious, horrible
Ghosts.
things that happen there involving owning people. But I'd love to like read the book that goes into that and it's like, why is this the way Americans understand horror? I think it would be interesting. Also, why is it the location that Japanese people chose to set their horror game? Because that's also very interesting to me. Like how has American understanding of horror bled over to a place that admittedly has a much more terrifying version of horror? Japanese horror films don't mess around.
They do not.
Thinking of horror films,
let's play some Blades.
do you want to give us a recap of last week?
I was gonna say, my Sunday was really good. I watched a certain movie and I enjoyed it. That's it. That's all I'll say about it.
Good.
Was this movie called Guardians of the Galaxy?
Well, now you spoiled it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you right now, John dies at the end. Sorry.
That's a different movie.
That is a different movie. But John was always dead. He died at the very beginning. And again at the end.
Also, Kelsa and I have matching chairs.
I know! Isn't it great?
Oh, wait, no, not entirely matching. Mine has a sticker
on it. You should send me a sticker and then I'll put it on my chair and then we'll both have matching.
You see, what Kelsa needs to do is get her own sticker and put it on her chair, and then Tux needs to buy me and Smooth one of those chairs, and then I'll put my SwiftKite logo on my chair, and Smooth can like do like some really cool like pinstripe like Sharpie or whatever. Because I don't think you have a logo. I'm sorry.
I need to make one. Like eventually, I'm probably going to buy one of those computers pads where I can start sketching.
Oh, cool.
Hey, man. Wanna buy some graphic design services?
I will consider it at the end of the year, but it all depends. I have to, priority. I gotta take care of the condo first, and I gotta take care of buying
Totally.
cars. And
I mean,
I'm hearing a lot of stuff, so it's like I have.
I mean, this is why I haven't gone out and bought hundreds of packs of the new Magic the Gathering set yet.
Granted, I'm probably gonna invest in a new like desktop computer. My roommate's like, "You don't play enough games for that." I'm like, "Because I can."
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Now Blades.
Now let's play Blades.
Now Blades. Would you like to recap us, Dom?
Last session. Do we need to do a recap?
Oh, what was it?
When
last
you say
was,
what even happened last session?
Oh, we acquired an asset. We acquired an asset, and her name is something, and she's pretty cool.
1 second, let me bring up her.
She's a nice girl.
Yeah, and I scared the tar out of her.
We scared the shit out of vampire. Well, we probably didn't scare the shit out of vampire.
No, we threatened. We scared some vampires off, and they
they're probably baby.
The Tango will remember this flashed across our screen when we did so.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
It's one of those things that
Teslin.
If they was real vampires, I already knew they wouldn't go down that easy. But
how much? I mean, yeah, fair. But to be honest, did they like want to actually like fight us? That seems like a waste of their time.
That too.
I feel like that was less of a we're actually winning this engagement and more of a okay, these guys are too stubborn for us to deal with right now. We'll deal with it later. Like that's what it felt like to me. We did downtime stuff.
Before it was just let's threaten this shop owner, and now it's a gang is here and
let's get into a gunfight, maybe.
So yeah, last time one of the biggest things was that we both acquired a fence that like we've helped keep her here because she was kind of illegal. But we secured her papers and made her a legal citizen. And we also did it for one of Astrid's personas.
Which is hilarious. It's actually legal. We didn't.
We made a fake identity I came up with legal now.
Yeah, it's like real.
No. Her stuff is actually legit. That's the
no, like both of ours are.
Yeah, both of them are because I turned into because the con was
you actually made the con real. Oh yeah,
yeah.
Did.
The con was Darren Masters goes in and is like, hey, I got these girlfriends that like I don't want to leave, so like I'm gonna pay for this paperwork to be made legit. And so now I made Teslin's paperwork legal. And what's your fake name again?
It is. Hold on. Ariel Lewis. I think.
No, Delilah Woodstock.
Delilah Woodstock. Yes.
That's the one. It's Delilah Woodstock.
Yeah, Delilah. Okay, I had them right next to each other. Ariel Lewis is the one that Lord Framble is obsessed with.
Oh,
Delilah Woodstocks is.
Yeah, Delilah Woodstock is now a legal Eruvian citizen.
I actually have it written on my character sheet. Delilah Woodstock is Darren Masters' slumming it girlfriend. Because I found a way to take Astrid and up her trash level to the nth degree. TomCat had a rather tense conversation with Mercy.
That's true. Was that.
And I talked to my ex-boyfriend again when he came to.
Oh yeah, that was that really awkward moment.
That really awkward moment where we find out that the silk ring where I get my advice divulged may or may not be a well of arcane power. May or may not be because the cult that I used to be investigating is a part of it, and I think we officially confirmed that I'm from the Spirit Wardens, like on camera, for the first time, which was interesting because up until now we've always been like the people I work with or whatever. My old life, we've used code words for it, but now it's like, yeah. The audience now knows I'm officially a spirit. I was a Spirit Warden until I, murdered a person during an investigation and fled.
Whatever.
People had a crow
people do stuff.
Anyway. Yeah, and I also asked if there was any way I could help. To which he responded, "There's no way you could help." And then I was like, "Yo, I held a gun to the back of a bunch of vampires' heads today. I think I'm good." And my boyfriend like kind of shit himself a little bit and was like, "Oh wow, she ain't playing." And then I finally indulged my vice.
Oh yeah. Side note, Kelso, read Open Row 1.
Oh dear.
I'm reading it now. Oh, I knew that.
If I remember it, we still had.
But it's confirmed though.
If I remember right, we still had downtime left.
I think I have one.
Oh, we all knew this.
Posh has all 3.
Right.
Astrid has 0. TomCat has 1, and the crew has 1.
I do know what I want to do with our hunting grounds.
No, it's cool. Use it like, I don't know, 90% of the time.
I have ideas. Do you want to use our hunting grounds, Smooth?
I actually have no ideas this week. That's why I'm like, yeah, sure. You know what? I was going to say I was going to say.
Do you want to use our hunting grounds?
But you're going to spin it.
Now, as long as we use the hunting grounds for something to get us another job or like another thing for us.
Oh,
like...
I can. That is exactly what I was planning to do.
Yeah, I don't care.
I was planning to. My plan was to use hunting grounds to figure. Where's the crew sheet? Figure out a way for us to get covert drop locations.
Oh, cool.
Also, steal by stealing them from the ocean people was my plan.
Sounds good to me.
Or at least compromising them in such a way that we could now use them.
Sounds good to me.
That was my plan, but let's let somebody else do some stuff first.
The only thing I'm going to do is training because I'm not going to go see
cool.
Chick right now because she just went to jail and I don't want to instantly pop up right after she went to jail.
Could be something. You do that.
You know what? I'm gonna rock the boat.
Don't rock the boat.
Rock the boat, baby.
Rock the boat. Don't tip the boat over.
So, what is the plan, fam?
I'm gonna go train with my favorite
daughter from a past life. Yeah,
daughter from past lives.
Nice.
Awesome. Is it awkward?
Let me see. Let me make a fortune dice.
Is there an excruciating level of sexual tension, and is that high or low on the dice?
No. This is if I act any funny that she went to jail. Wow, so many ones. You know what? Through the fire doesn't help.
Well, it's not a resolve.
It's a fortune die.
Yeah.
It's a fortune die. So just roll 1d6 and you're going for high.
Well, I'm thinking in my head it would be resolved because, under pressure.
Fair.
Like, you see, like, during the combat that I was like, I'm kind of distracted, like, in the back of my head, I was like, I'm a terrible dad. I let my daughter go to jail. I shouldn't have done this.
I'm a terrible dad. As you're fighting your daughter, I'm a terrible dad. I'm a terrible dad.
Were standing on my notebook, both of them, like.
And she clocks me one good time because it's like I'm not paying attention. It's like, but it's a typical sparring match. She gets better hits than I do. It's sparring match.
Awesome.
Yeah. So you get your trains in. What does Mr. Posh want to do?
Poshy is gonna de-stress a little bit. I'm gonna splurge on my vice.
I'll be right back.
Who are you bringing for your vice treatment?
Or are you going alone?
If I had to guess, I know who it's going to be, but if not, I want to do a thing.
What do you want to do?
It's how I want to use the hunting grounds that I think might be kind of amusing. I'll send you the idea in a second.
Okay.
It has been a couple episodes since I've seen Salia. So,
Gotta go visit her?
I think so.
Okay. Have you, I mean, we haven't seen her on screen, but have you seen her off camera in the meantime, or have you not seen her at all in this time?
How long has it been? In game?
Couple
Yeah,
weeks, because we did
probably.
a couple weeks, maybe a month.
Oh, okay.
Because it takes a while to get immigration paperwork both forged and inserted into a system in any kind of meaningful way.
Yeah, so I probably have. I probably have seen her.
Okay.
Yeah. If it's been that long, he's at least stopped by to like have tea or whatever, just to. I guess I'm not sure if they've talked about what happened, or if it's just been like, yep, that happened, and now we're, back to normal.
DTR'd it yet, is what you're saying.
Yeah, how does that go? Like, would you like to include a flashback that has them talking about that, or do you want it to have been like a month of coming over for tea and not talking about it?
I kind of like that.
Well, is it coming over once a month for tea and boning, or is it coming over just once a month for tea?
Well, I think it was more like once a week during the course of a month.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. Like he's I've stopped by like a few times since.
You're just like, oh,
but it's just been like right. Yeah, it's just been like small talk and stuff, and it's kind of like, should I bring it up? Are we gonna talk about Mr. Posh is like probably like weirdly confused, and it's a weird feeling for Mr. Posh because Mr. Posh is doesn't like not knowing things.
Mm-hmm.
Which also makes sense because Mr. Posh doesn't have sex a lot.
Accurate.
All right.
Accurate.
So what's the like indulge your vice thing?
Oh, I'm gonna use I'm gonna use 2 of my actions actually. So
Ooh, what are we also doing?
So I guess if we just want to do it like just play it. Yeah. So Posh got the usual like fairly decent suit on. Coming up into Uptown, and then Kemba Tasalia is knocking on the door, and then waiting for her to answer and let him in.
Yeah, she answers.
Oh, PN's here. Do we want to cut and get them really quick, or?
Yeah, well, you want to do a quick break and then bring PN in, and then we can talk about your date?
Yeah, let's do the thing.
I'm so sorry.
All right, you're good. It's just gonna be a couple minutes. We're just gonna get PN in, and then we'll be right back. So see you in just a bit.
Perfect.
I'm gonna do my thing.
We are back. We have a PN now. Hooray! Hooray!
Hooray, PN!
Would you like to quickly tell us how you've been over the past week, PN?
I've been plugging along, kinda, just doing whatever, living my life. That's about it.
We had a good intro for your thing into Yonder. That was pretty fun. It's good stuff. It was good stuff.
Yonder is your Numenera campaign, right?
Yeah, it's the Numenera game we do over Thursdays over on Henley's channel. PN has a really cool, like, weird cyborg character.
I might be getting art for this character from a friend I know IRL.
Ooh,
nice.
Ooh.
Guess.
And I play a blind person.
It sounds shady.
It is super shady. It is extremely shady.
So shady.
Sorry, my door opened for some reason. We just need a super shady button. That needs to be your first emote. That's like shady.
All right.
I would so use shady as my favorite, as my on my list of top 3 favorite emotes, probably replacing play of the game, because that's pretty high up there.
Shady. All right, so before we were interrupted by the arrival of the Illuminist. Pian. Pian, I don't remember if you used any downtime actions last week because
Pin was
Liz was
gone.
not
you
here.
left partway through. That makes sense. Which
So,
means you
yeah.
should have. Yep. That makes all the sense. No wonder I don't have a number written down for you.
Yep.
So
Brilliant.
okay.
Moving on.
Yes. So
So she opens the door and she smiles and she's, it's so good to see you, Remy. Come inside.
you as well, Salia, and then go inside. My first point of the visit was a bit of business, and I think I pull out like a thing of coin, like a thing of chips, like not enough to be a coin, but like
An amount of money.
yeah, like X amount of money, and I'm afraid we in our last affair we caused a bit of a stir with the tango. When you're doing your work, we'd appreciate it if you could, if anyone comes asking, point them in other directions.
Turn some heads.
Yes.
Yes, I could do that for you.
Thank you so much. And then, so that will be a consort. All right, let's see how much heat I remove. Fortune. Remove heat. Number of dice. I have 2 and then 3 because my friendo. 4, which is 2 heat. 2 heat, cool.
2 heat reduced from the cruise sheet.
Blammo. Cool, we have 1 heat now, so that's pretty good.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's great.
Have I been muted the entire time I've been making jokes about Pepper?
Yes.
Is that what just
Yes.
happened?
Yes, you have.
Thank goodness.
I'm gonna mute myself again.
And then, with that, like,
I'm more than happy to take care of that for you, Ramik.
oh, well, we greatly appreciate it. Now the second, and perhaps more fun part of the visit is, I was thinking of going to another show, and I was wondering if you wanted to accompany me.
Well, will it be quite as interesting as the last one?
Well, I'm not sure what my friend has to offer this time, but I'm sure whatever they have will be satisfactory. He hasn't disappointed me yet.
And you have not disappointed me yet. I'd be delighted to take in a show with you.
Perhaps for the first time in the show, like Posh like a little bit gets a little red, and like looks away and is like, "Yes, well, that's good to hear." Would you like to get ready, or shall we head off?
I'll be but a moment.
Of course.
And so she disappears for like 5-10 minutes and comes back in a different outfit. Ready to follow you wherever.
All right. So yet again, I'm gonna bring another girl to meet a Mockingbird. Yeah. So we'll like montage scene of like taking carriages and such down to the market district. Go behind like alleys, and I'm like looking for like the mark on the dumpster to see where Mockingbird is today.
Oh, Mr. Posh! Wasn't expecting that. You. He like comes out from around a corner as you're like checking one of the other dumpsters. They just kind of strut out like a bird. Like they've shot up like since the last time we saw them on screen. They're like taller and lankier, but just as androgynous.
Yes, of course.
And they're like, well, how can I help you, Mr. Posh?
Hello. Good to see you. Bit of a growth spurt, I see.
Then, kind of look down at themselves. They got like the high waters going on.
Yeah.
Their pants are too short, and they're like, "Ah, well, not for it really. You're paying me too well."
Well, what can I say? You have good product. What do you have for us today? I brought a friend who's hopefully you've got something we'll enjoy.
And they kind of like give Salia the once over. I think she's dressed in a fairly conservative way that does not mark her as nobility. She's toned it down to something that she'd blend in as like a wealthy merchant, or even a not so wealthy merchant, but trying to look good. And so they look her over, and they look you over, and they think about it for a minute, and they're like, wow, I got a couple of things. There's an opera. It's tragic and beautiful, just like your lady. No offense, lady. And she just kind of waves him off like,
Damn.
and then they continue. They're like, oh, there's well, it's more of an art piece than really a show, but it's models all painted up like mythical creatures. A whole menagerie of them.
Sounds rather interesting. I'm intrigued by it. What about you, Salia? The art piece of the opera.
She thinks about it a moment, and she says, I have seen most operas. Perhaps this would be something new.
All right, that settles it. And then I'll like pull out some more chips, X amount of money, and I'll toss it over to Mockingbird.
And Mockingbird just takes it and gives you directions to this art thing and the accompanying tickets.
Cool. We'll head to Weird Art Show.
Yeah,
I dig it. Yeah, get to see a bunch of like people painted as mythical creatures. Be a thing.
Yeah, and I'm sure you've seen like those videos of like people like painted to pose together to look like an iguana or something.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like that, but like a live show of it.
Please tell me there's something that looks vaguely reminiscent of Astrid in her smoke form. And Posh is just like, what the fuck?
You know what? Sure.
Let's take another clock. Okay. It's not even my scene.
I mean, that doesn't really take any clocks. That's just an interesting little side thing. Brilliant.
Cool. Yeah. So we just spend a while there like looking at the.
And you
is it like a show? Is it like a show where they like
device.
bring them out, or is it like almost like a display where we go to each one and like?
It's more like a display where you go to each one. There's like a certain number of hours that they're open, that the people are there on display, and you can like kind of wander through it like a zoo.
Oh, okay.
Do you know how exhausting it would be to contort yourself for like hundreds of people every day? Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, it smells. I love it.
It's like 4 hours or something, which is, when you think about it, it's a really long time. But like for the people who are there, there's like wine going around on platters and like little like cheese on sticks and all the hors d'oeuvres you could expect.
Cheese on sticks.
Awesome.
Yeah, cheese on a
Right.
stick. All right.
Yeah, and so y'all have a pleasant time. Why don't you roll that indulge your vice?
4 stress.
Not bad.
Awesome.
Cool.
You're very good at indulging your vice at the exact right time so you don't go over. I think it's because you take so little stress. You can just be like, I'll just push
he's
myself
a
for one.
mastermind or somebody.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
Crazy.
So
No.
weird. Brilliant. So yeah, you have a very pleasant evening at this weird human menagerie with Salia.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything further that you wanted from this scene, this conversation, or Salia?
I think Posh is probably gonna bring it up. So like probably like afterwards, they like finish off the wine and snacks, whatever, and go finish the last one, and then heading like on the walk back. I think it's probably like Posh probably like waits because like he's like super overthinking it, and then like they get to Uptown, and so like they got to Uptown and now all walking back to her place,
Yeah.
and then into the conversation says, so I can't help but be curious. The last show we went to, how that night ended. It's one of the rare times I'm at a loss for words.
I think she smiles, like kind of an almost proud little smile.
Was that... I guess I'll just come out and say it. I would enjoy for that to happen again sometime.
She smiles again and she says, I think I would enjoy that as well. And I think she takes his hand and leads him back inside.
Alrighty.
Smash cut to Astrid trying to use that not pack tactics. That's a D&D thing. The hunting grounds.
Oh my.
Yeah. So I think we see. Can we do that? Is that a thing I can do?
Does like the door shutting to Salia's place coincide with
the door shutting to Salia is actually like. Then there's like the sound of Astrid's boot like kicking open the door into her hideout, and I'm just like, where the fuck is Posh?
Of course, because that's just how it always goes. Yeah.
So what happened? Like TomCat's like, what?
Where the fuck is Posh?
I
I need him now.
I think he's out with somebody. I don't know. I don't ask. Wait a minute. I'm supposed to be his bodyguard. I'm the worst bodyguard ever.
Now I picture like an anime sequence of TomCat like running down the street trying to put his pants on, not knowing where he's going, but trying really hard to follow after Posh anyway.
No, that's exactly what, that's like he's like running up to Astrid trying to get his pants on. And Astrid's like, all right, you're coming with me. Let's go. I'm gonna need backup. And then she like starts to go up this and she like runs back into her room and just comes out fully kitted.
Where is Orchid through all of this? Where is Vey?
Are you still taking an extended nap? Like you were all of last session?
Yeah, I think when you start shouting, you actually wake her up from her nap.
Oh
Finally.
my god. I just realized that like halfway through your test, like, wait a minute, I should be there. Wait a minute, I'm not there. Worst bodyguard ever.
It was great.
And she like comes out. She's like, what's going on?
Come on, we're gonna go see a scary person. Bring weapons.
And then she naps, and then she goes and grabs everything. And
Yeah. So Astrid's in. I'm in like normal load because I always am because I'm good at my job. And yeah, I lead everybody to Hightown or Uptown, and then I just start banging on Salia's door.
God damn it.
Where do you want the timing of this to be?
I would like the timing to be that. I honestly kind of want the timing to be that Posh opens the door to like leave after the deed is done.
Oh man.
Unless Posh wants it to be somewhere else.
It would be so good if it was earlier.
Do you want to do it earlier?
And you just piss both of them off like to no end. Oh man. I kind of want it to be. I kind of want it to be earlier.
Or in the middle of the deed. I'm just saying.
I kind of want it to be earlier. I kind of want it to be earlier.
Do I cock block you? Is that what happens?
What? You do it all the time. So what's the difference?
I think yeah. I think things were happening, and then there's just a bunch of loud banging at the door.
Yeah. It's not obnoxious. It's just
be a minute from you.
Of course.
And she throws on a robe and heads down the stairs.
Vey's got her. Probably no. Never mind. Just continue.
Astrid is not expecting to live through this. She's like, I'm doing something very dumb. This is gonna end badly for me. But she doesn't know how yet.
Salia opens the door and she is wearing she seems to be wearing a large fluffy robe and not much else. And
oh my.
She glares at all three of you.
Vey just gives like one of the like.
You see, TomCat's like one for room for one more.
TomCat, I
Yeah,
swear to
that
God.
double glare at TomCat.
TomCat, I swear to God, I will
There's
kick
like
your
kind
ass.
of an up nod at Vey. There's a glare at
bowing Astrid. Yeah.
At Astrid, and then there is a double glare at TomCat.
Wait a minute, can she still see my spiritual aura? Technically.
Oh, totally.
Always.
Probably, yeah.
It's 4 times bigger than the original time she saw me.
Yeah.
I'm moving up in the world.
Yeah, I think like she glares at you and then she gives you a double take and then she like squints really hard. Like
and you see me like smile. You actually see she can actually see the cat smile too. Like a fang smile.
So she stands up out of her bow and she's like, "We're sorry to disturb you, Great One. But we desperately need a favor."
Get in here and make it quick.
Very well. She
closes
inside.
the door kind of.
You see, as me
not quite
walking,
slams, but
I'm
closes the door
But
really hard.
closes it like forceful enough to be like, "You're not welcome here. Get out soon."
Yeah, exactly.
I'm doing the show.
The minute TomCat tries to like do anything, I like anything. Like he just moves into the door. I just want to like.
Just kick the back of his
elbow
knees.
him in the chest with like as hard as I can. Just be like, behave.
I am behaving.
I had meant to bring Ramik with me, but I couldn't find him, and this was a very time-sensitive matter. We have recently found out about some cult activities in our turf.
So she's like led you into like a sitting room as you're talking, and she kind of gestures at some chairs, and then she goes and sits on the edge of like a high back chair, like sits on the
like lip of it,
the arm of it. So you can it definitely is a position of I'm not here to stay. She's kind of perched on it. And yeah, so she just kind of sits there and she's watching you with very much like a get to the point stare.
I know you are a collector and purveyor of information as well as other interesting items, and I assume that you would be the one to talk to. I need to know the location. We need to know the location of the Ocean People's Dead Drops in the Phoenix District.
And you need to know that now.
Ideally, it is rather a time-sensitive issue. Or I can leave and come back in an hour. Whichever you'd prefer.
I raised my finger. I could stay.
Fuck you, Tom.
I literally, like, I don't even let him talk.
I figure like he puts his finger up and I just say
like a hand slaps onto his mouth.
Yeah, like she gives like even though you put the slap the hand over TomCat's mouth, she like looks at him because he's thinking it really hard, and like his cat lips are saying it in the spirit realm. Yeah, and she says, "All of you wait here a moment. Let me get dressed."
Thank you, miss.
And she sweeps out of the room and goes back upstairs. And in an exasperated sigh, she takes her robe off and like throws it in Ramik's face and is like, "Your cohorts are downstairs. I'm getting dressed. Perhaps you should join me."
Gripping the robe a little tight for a second, and then
Sorry, boss man.
and then sets it to the
We're
side,
co-owners. He's not the boss.
and then like slips off the bed.
Have you had that conversation?
No, this is just quite frankly Astrid's opinion.
Slips off the bed and takes a little while to get ready because it takes a while because reasons.
Yeah.
Posh is corporate management. I'm like the head of the union. That's the way Astrid sees it. She's like the one that does the actual job.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm muscle, and I say snarky things sometimes, and
Vay kills people quite effectively.
Yes.
So like
Once.
then after
I killed 2 people. Give me more credit than that.
after a few
That's
minutes,
fair.
I think Salia probably comes down first, and then Posh slowly comes down the stairs. But you hear the cane first, of course you do.
I think the minute we hear that cane, we just cut to just Astrid's face, and she's like,
yeah, because like she after a few minutes, like she leaves you guys there for probably it still takes her like 5 to 10 minutes to get dressed as well.
Astrid is doing her like toe tap again.
Because she is like, "You're gonna wake me up in the middle of fucking night. You're gonna wait until I get ready. Wake up being, you know."
By the way, when
The
he
entire
gives us,
time that she's upstairs, Vay's chewing out TomCat.
you see TomCat, like when he comes out, like really, I point to specifically Red Devil. It's
Yeah.
like,
It's all her fault. So yeah, she comes down first,
Mm-hmm.
and she goes back to the chair that she'd been kind of sitting on the edge of, and she sits in it properly. And sometime like while she was gone, a servant had come in and like placed a tea kettle in the room. and enough teacups to go around. And she, you didn't realize it, but one of the teacups was already poured and set right next to that chair. And the first time you really notice it is when she goes and takes a sip of it. And she's like staring at all of you, sipping the tea, when the very distinctive sound of Mr. Posh's cane comes down the stairs.
Good for you, lad.
Yeah, and then I come around come around the entranceway into the study. Just stand in the doorway with my cane in between, just kind of cane in the center. Like, hello, you three?
Hello. I'll let you two get back to what you were doing in a moment, but I do have urgent business, and then I'll be out of your way.
Of course you do.
I need to know the location of the dead drops that the ocean people are using in Phoenix District. I know they communicate in dead drops. I know they're well hidden. I don't know their location.
Precisely why is it so important that you get that now?
Personal reasons. Unless you want my whole life story, which will take a long time and probably keep you from doing whatever it is you were doing upstairs.
Vay's just smirking at Mr. Posh.
You see TomCat like,
the two of them are both like,
I mean, Astrid's proud of you too. Astrid is. She's just like, I'm more preoccupied with this thing that I promised someone that's very important to me I would do.
I do the she'll kill an ill thing like. It's my favorite thing ever when the cat just wiggles back.
There's this moment where we get the shot of Astrid and she's sitting weirdly reminiscent of Salia, like in the same sort of like, I'm here to make a deal and make it quickly.
Yeah.
Gone is her normal like laid back swagger, and it's just like, this is my job. I'm going to do it well. You're going to give me this information. I will pay you for a service.
I think Posh takes a deep exhale, and Posh is it's like that like undercut-ish kind of thing. Like it was still a little messy, and so like fixes it completely to go back over the eye, and then all right. So you plan on taking these dead drops from the ocean people?
Exactly. I plan on taking the dead drops, destroying the information in it, using it to get a leg up, and acquiring safe locations for us to leave our dead drops in the process by eliminating their ability to find and locate ours. We'll be one step ahead, even if they don't know that we're taking their dead drops. That is the plan.
And why are we targeting them?
Because I'm mad at them, and I used to be one of them, and I want them gone. There's the story.
That's interesting.
It is.
You see me raise my eyebrow?
We've had this discussion where I was part of a cult once, right? Okay.
Well,
yes, I was a cult member. I don't like them. They tried to kill me. I want them gone. Please help. Because
There's
as far as I can
still
tell...
little matter as to why it's so important it could not wait for normal business hours.
I saw them in our backyard. I saw them in a location that I thought was safe. Admittedly, it scared me, and I may have made a rash decision. But if
Where
you
did you
are
see
as...
them?
I saw them about half an hour ago in a spa that I frequent. Apparently, it has a connection to the ocean.
What is this place called?
It's the Silk Ring. Ever been there?
She
Lovely
stands up.
baths.
She stands up immediately, and like sweeps out of the room without saying anything.
Oh, fuck.
What do you guys do?
Wait here. I'll turn and follow after.
Do the rest of you actually wait while he goes and follows after?
Astrid...
Wait, what was said? I missed it.
Astrid said it's called the Silk Ring. Salia just stood up and left after hearing that. And then Posh was like, wait here, I'll go. And then I went to follow after her.
Astrid loudly cracks her knuckles. less out of I'm trying to threaten people and more out of I am terrified of what's about to happen to me.
You see me take position, like if some energy blasts of Kamehameha waves come towards us, I'll be the
Yeah.
first one to get hit.
I think Astrid notices and is like, "Thank you, Tom."
It's gonna be a. No, it's not. Never mind. I'm not gonna make that.
Vay's sitting back very casually, as she usually does in these situations where she might have to fight. She doesn't do anything until she has to do something.
Smart.
Mhm.
So yeah, you follow her, and she has gone into. She like goes into a study, that's like down the hall, and it looks like the door was locked, but she unlocked it without a key. And yeah, she goes into that room, and she is like pulling out a book with like maps of Brightharbor and like flipping through it. And then she does this for like probably a minute before she finds what she's looking for. And she then double like taps on the paper, and hefts up a huge map book, and turns around and sees you standing there and says, "Sorry about that, Ramik, for leaving so abruptly. I knew I'd heard something about this before."
No, it's of course. Is something wrong? Is it?
Just interesting. Come on, I'll show
Do
you.
I need to take a clock forward, Kelsa?
No, I'll tell you when you take your clocks forward, Michael.
Okay.
You take cross when I say, Michael.
You'll tick clocks when I damn well say you
when
will.
I tell you to tick clocks, you gotta tick your clocks. So she comes out, and she goes back into the room, and she deposits this large map book onto the coffee table that's like in front of the couch that you're all sitting on. And she taps on a location, and she says, "Is this where the silk ring's located?" And it takes you a while. Yeah, it takes you a moment to parse the map, because it does not look like the city that you know.
It's the map of it's the map of the district when it was burned down, the nest.
Yeah.
Before it became the Phoenix District.
Exactly. And there is like some weird symbol that almost looks like a whirlpool that is at that location.
I think Astrid like leans closer to it and is like, "May I?"
She nods.
Take a closer look.
She
like lifts up the book, and I think we see her like smoke roll out of her lips, and she starts to try and attune to the information in the book.
Fascinating. I love it. Now you get to tick a clock. You're welcome.
Who's your daddy? Or they might find out who I am.
This is gonna be Who's Your Daddy.
Okay. Yeah. So like the smoke like rolls over the page.
Actually, I think this might be both.
Please don't make me take both.
Or you can step aside and let TomCat handle this.
No. If you really don't want to take both, I don't think Salia cares. So yep, just Who's Your Daddy.
I mean, Salia already knows I'm a spirit warden. I like basically told her that when we first met, because I did I did that bow that's like, "Oh, I'm a spirit warden, and you're way out of my league. I'm not gonna mess with you."
Please don't murder my face.
Please don't murder my face.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. So yeah, she like the smoke rolls out onto the paper as Astrid attempts to attune to it.
Okay.
Position?
It's a fortune roll.
Okay. So it's a fortune.
This is gonna be your gather info.
Fortune with attune. Do I get a bonus die?
Sally is not your friend.
I have friends here.
Can they help you though? Yeah, TomCat can. That's true.
Yeah.
TomCat, are you helping?
This is a fortune roll help, or do I have to stress help?
This is a fortune roll help.
I will
You're just
help.
here.
You see me like my eyes glow and my I put on the mask to
Mhm.
pump it up to I guess if fine doesn't really matter at this point.
11. Do we get the like start of our link forming between us, where like our like maybe our like lips move in concert somehow, or something that it's just to, like up the weirdness factor?
You guys can be as weird as you want.
3
I'm all
dice.
on board.
I'm gonna push myself.
You can do that.
Oh my.
5.
5. Yeah, you get some good details. It's
So Astra, so like the smoke washes over this book, and then Astra just breathes it all in,
Ooh, I love that visual.
and then like sets the book back down on the page.
And you see the mask like teeth stop moving and actually go back to mask form. I take the mask off. Did it work?
Astra just nods.
Yep. Yeah, you find out these locations.
Thank you, Salia. I won't take any more of your time. I'm guessing now she wants to talk to me because I just did something really weird.
Yeah, she was like watching that whole thing with like some might say hunger.
Mm-hmm.
Faye's doing the Pascal thing that Pascal did in Tangled, where like her hair starts glowing, and she's singing, and Flynn Rider's like, "What's going on?" And he's just like she's just like, "We're weird."
Yeah. Ocean people. Hold on, I'm just writing my notes here. Boop. So yeah, Salia looks at you. She watches this whole thing between both Astrid and TomCat and their connection as well, and she is fascinated, and also a little bit excited by it.
Excited or excited?
It's a little closer to hungry.
Little closer to hungry. Okay, it's not a Posh is gonna have more fun later situation.
I mean, maybe, but that's not directly related.
Fair enough.
Hunger is the best.
I wanted to know if I improved your experience.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Like, sorry, not sorry.
You can thank me later, Posh. That's all I was gonna say.
Nope.
Lord knows she gets all hot and bothered for some weird shit.
I mean, that sounds about right. Let's see. Where is? Wow. Oh man, that yawn is out of nowhere. I'm so sorry, guys.
We need to like take a break so you can figure out what exactly just happened.
I'm trying to remember where the rules are for gather information, because apparently I am blind.
Page 36 of the main book.
36, thank you.
God, I love this.
There it is.
I love this character,
Perfect.
guys.
Appreciate that. Okay, here we go. Okay. Standard effect. Yeah, I mean, I think what you get is the location of the dead drops that you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I think you manage to somehow grok somehow with this map and your power, you manage to use the Ocean People's link at the Silk Ring to extrapolate where their dead drops are.
Mm-hmm.
So you have that information. What you do with that information is going to be what the score will turn into. But you know where they are now.
I know where they are and I know how to hit them. Yeah. I don't get any follow-up questions on 5, do I?
No.
All right.
But I mean, I mean, clarifying or follow-up questions are possible, but they have to directly relate to it. Like, if you're like, where exactly are these on the map? We don't have a solid map.
Are these dead drops are these dead drops in places that I'm okay, because I'm assuming since she was a part of them for a while, she understood how the dead drop system worked.
Sure.
Has the dead drops has the dead drop scheme changed? Like, did they go from leaving it in like abandoned places to leaving it in high traffic areas or something like that?
No, I don't think it's changed, and I think you see some of the dead drops that you knew on that map, since they don't know that they've been compromised because they think that you are
died or
dead.
Something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And is any of this information like, are any of these locations like clearly more relevant than the others? No, they're all equally important. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
I'm so sorry about that. Keep yawning.
Yeah, Astrid like offers the book back to Salia.
Yeah, she'll take the book back and close it, and
there's a little bit of black smoke like waft out of the pages.
Brilliant. Yes. She says, as long as I have all of you here, I'm going to broach this subject with you eventually, but I suppose now is as good a time as any. Would you be interested in working for me? Of course, it would not be a proprietary arrangement, but I always have things that need doing, and you always need to be doing things.
That we do?
I personally believe, for the sake of professionalism, that it would be best if we made this decision in private and then came back to you.
I do the shepherd lean.
I do appreciate the offer. It does sound like a very tempting one, but we need to determine if this is the right course of action for us.
Brilliant. And you can all think on it as you like. Get out of my house.
Very well. Have a good night, miss.
I do have one note, though.
No.
No, this is professionalism. Will you be escorting our fearless leader home safely tonight? Unfortunately, we have infestations of vampires in our area.
She looks to Mr. Posh.
My job is his bodyguard, but obviously I am not needed here at this time.
TomCat, he'll be fine. He's a big lad. He can take care of himself.
I appreciate it, TomCat.
Okay.
Have a good night, you two.
He just stands up and brushes herself off, even though she doesn't need to. She's just like, well, let's go.
All right. See you back at the base in the morning.
You see me and Cat, like the cat mouth moving. He's precious to us. But y'all can't.
As Faye exits the door, she just shouts out over her shoulder, "Have fun, Mr. Posh!"
You see me go, woo!
Just Astrid walking with a single hand, with an arm raised in the air with a thumbs up.
We embarrass you because we love you.
Your crew could use a little bit of discipline, Ramik.
Can we talk about the fact that this kind of reminds me of the Teen Titans crew? Like, I don't know why, but like they had, like, it reminds me very much of it.
We need
Oh my
a
god, you're
Starfire.
Raven.
We need a Starfire.
We gotta do this now. Who's who? Help.
No.
On break.
On break, we'll do it.
Okay.
It is a very important conversation, but not
It
right.
is. We can't do it. It's so
Yeah.
important and we can't do it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to remind them that subtlety is an important tool.
I mean, we were subtle. We came in the middle of the night. We just didn't expect you to be there.
You also banged on the door, like,
Yeah, you
kinda
banged on the fucking door. You were not
crazy
subtle, boy.
person. And you woke up some neighbors.
Well, here's the thing: do you sneak into the super powerful, whatever the hell she is, house, or do you eh, politely enter the super? I don't know what the hell you are house.
Well,
Yeah. So
We were invited in, and if anything, I made a positive impression on her.
Do I
least
get
in
this-
terms of her wanting me to work for her?
do I get the sense that the night is over, or are we returning to the room?
I think you're returning to the room.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So I like kind of glance over, get like a little bit of a read, and then like, shall I make up for some lost time?
All right then.
And you see on the way back,
And then fade.
well, I try to do that kind of look towards Orchid and Red Devil. Are they looking kind of cozy right now? Because do they need a room for I can go the other way and just not go anywhere tonight?
No.
Are they? Because Astrid is like 100% all business right now.
I'm just making sure because you just scored all
If they like grabs my butt, then maybe. If
Touch
it's just
butt.
like, hey, honey, grip.
I just want to know a head start for
Just
TomCat.
like just like playful squeeze, and then maybe she'll be like, yeah, okay, why not? But for now, it's just like
Because
I'm
one
going.
guy's out of the hand, the other guys, I'm cool with just dipping out.
You can stay, TomCat.
Yes, I get my bed tonight.
I'm gonna be up all night planning, so it'll be fun.
Brilliant.
Oh,
So that
man.
resolved a bunch of downtime.
Wait a minute, doesn't Faye still have? No, not Faye. Orchid still have stuff, right?
I was not here for the
Yep.
actual thing, so.
Aw,
So,
she was here in
Posh
spirit.
still has one more, and TomCat, you still have one more. And we also have the crew.
Vay, do you have any stress?
We just used the crew one.
I
Oh,
don't
yes,
care
sorry,
if I
you're
do.
right.
Honestly, like low-key, if I do, it's chill with me. I kind of want a trauma.
I mean, you also didn't do a mission last time, so you should still be good from your last.
Yeah, I've got 2
downtime.
stress.
Oh, okay, you're good. Okay, you're totally good then.
Mhm.
I guess if anyone is about to stress out, I can give them my mastermind action. If not,
I am closer than I would like to be, but I'm also within the range where I could still overindulge, so I don't want to push that.
okay. I will do something else with my action then. Let's see here.
Maybe acquiring an asset would be a good idea. I don't know what we need right now.
Oh, an
I
asset is
thought
a
he did
temporary.
acquire an asset.
An asset.
An asset.
Since we're kind of doing breaks on the half hour, do we want to take a break now?
Sure. I can go grab my shrimp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Unless
sure.
you
That
wanna
sounds good.
wait.
It'll give me time to figure out what I want to do with that action.
Mhm.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. So we're gonna take our actual official break. So it'll be about 5 minutes. I'll put some dank music on. Go do your thing and join us for the next part of Smooth Criminals. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Okay, now the Teen Titans.